Vê se chegou o link aí. É. Uhum. Uai, como é que tem uma pessoa aqui? Newton Almeida? Oxi. Oi, 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 oi. Good afternoon. Falem comigo se vocês estão me vendo e me ouvindo bem. Por favor. E se a música de fundo não está sobrepondo a minha voz. Por favor. Beleza, agora sim, estava mutado, agora vamos. Vamos lá, então. Deixa eu tirar isso aqui. Esta é a parte 2 da gravação da quarto capítulo da história do Clube dos 5% Fluentes. E o tema central deste capítulo é Phrasal Verbs related to love and romantic relationships. As pessoas me perguntam muito, qual a grande diferença do Clube dos 5% Fluentes para a Escola da Fluência ou para qualquer outro curso de inglês? Primeiro, as aulas são todas em cima de histórias. Então não existe aula, não existe estudar. E segundo, desta vez eu tô com a caneta na minha mão. Então eu escrevo a história e aí eu preparo aquilo que eu tenho 12 anos de experiência. Eu sei o que os adultos brasileiros que querem aprender inglês precisam e eu coloco isso aqui dentro. Então, por exemplo, esse capítulo eu criei ele estrategicamente com Phrasal Verbs related to love and romantic relationships. Depois de assistido e saturado com áudio, você nunca mais vai esquecer do que você aprende nessa aula aqui. E, finalmente, a terceira grande diferença é, depois de 12 anos estudando, pesquisando, aprendendo, testando, melhorando, desta vez a gente chegou na praticidade suprema. Então, são o modelo de estudo, ciclos semanais, toda semana vem um capítulo novo, sempre tem um PDF, um slide, algumas videoaulas e um áudio. Você assiste as videoaulas, pega o áudio, que ele já é feito estrategicamente. Ele é feito para você interagir, participar e destravar teu speaking e melhorar tua pronúncia. Você vai pegar um áudio e vai escutar ele durante a semana. Ponto. Simples, prático e divertido. Fruto para conseguir chegar na praticidade e na simplicidade do modelo de estudos do Clube dos 5% Fluentes, foram 12 anos de muito estudo, de muita pesquisa, de muito trabalho, de muito teste. Tipo Fórmula 1. Joga o carro na pista, faz volta pro paddock, volta pro pit stop, troca, mexe, vai e buscando a excelência. Então, 12 anos resumidos no jeito mais prático, simples e divertido de aprender inglês que eu conheço no Brasil hoje. Fechado? Então, como nós temos aqui, com certeza absoluta, Deixa eu só ver uma coisa. Isso. como nós temos aqui com certeza absoluta pessoas que não acompanharam a parte 1 ontem, eu vou fazer um breve resumo, tá? Toda aula começa com a narração da história, eu já fiz isso. Eu narro o capítulo, isto eu já fiz. Depois eu explico parágrafo a parágrafo, através de uma forma descontraída, intuitiva, divertida, conversando sobre a história. E depois a gente faz lá no final o speaking time, que é o áudio que você pega, leva para casa para escutar e ouvir. Fechou? Então, beleza, let's go. Vamos fazer uma revisão rápida até chegar onde eu parei ontem, tá? They had met in the first semester when they were still freshmen. And they hit it off right from the very first class. It was love at first sight. Interesting. Let's understand. Freshman is the word to describe when you are in your first year in college, university, college, Stanford, Oxford, Cambridge, Unicamp, USP. College is university. When we hear the word college in English, what we think about in our Brazilian minds, Portuguese, is school or high school. College is university. When you are in your first year of high school or college, you are a freshman. Calouro. In your second year, you are a sophomore. Third year, a junior. Fourth, and usually the last year, you are a senior. Okay? You are a senior. Okay? Just a moment. Better. Third and second to the last, penúltimo, you are a sophomore. And something else that we talked about yesterday in the first part, school, church, igreja, college, we attend. Okay? Teacher, how can I say I go? Frequentar. Okay? A school, a college, a church. Places that we go usually every day, every weekend, every month to receive something, to receive education, to receive spiritual food, like in the church, né? Igreja. We attend the church, we attend the school, we attend the college. So somebody who is attending high school or college in their first year, freshman, second year, sophomore, third year, junior, fourth year, a senior. And the book says that they had met. Met, the past of to meet, to see, to encounter, to get together, to reunion with someone, to talk to someone. When you use we met in the past, you are usually talking about the first time you ever talked to somebody. Conheci fulano. They had met in the first semester. They first saw each other. They talked for the first time. They got together for the first time. The first time they had a conversation was in the first semester of their medicine course. They were studying to become doctors. Okay? And because they were in the first semester, of course, they were in the first year. They were freshmen. And they hit it off right from the very first class. It was love at first sight. As we talked yesterday in the first part, when you hit it off with someone, you create an instant and deep, strong connection to someone you are talking to for the first time. When you hit it off with someone, you don't want to go, you don't want to leave, you want to stay. It is so nice and interesting to talk to that person that you just want to continue there for hours. It's like you were friends for years. It's the feeling like, Jesus, it's the first time we are talking and it feels like we are friends for years. It's like we have known each other for years. E a explicação, né, cognitiva emocional de por que isso acontece, probably because you share, you match, there is a strong connection in your values, principles, hobbies, interests, probably because you have the same or a similar vision about what is important in life. When you find, when you meet, when you locate, when you encounter someone like this, there is a chance that you will hit it off. You will create an instant, deep, and strong connection the first time you are talking. É o famoso, cara, o santo bateu, ou é surreal, parece que a gente se conhecia há 10 anos. And it's the first time we are talking. And again, when you hit it off, it means... Quando isso acontece, provavelmente alguém comenta para você, caraca, vocês ficaram ali um tempasso conversando, né? Because when you hit it off, it's so nice and interesting talking to that person that you want to continue there for hours. You lose track of time. Você perde a noção do tempo because it's delicious. The conversation is amazing. And it was love at first sight. Love at first sight, to fall in love at the very first time you see someone. The first time you see the person, you fall in love. Love at first sight. To become passionate about someone. To have romantic feelings and emotions about someone. And de onde vem essa expressão, né? Dos 5 sentidos. Sight, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Okay? Sight is the function of the eyes. Hearing, the function of the ears. Smelling is the function of the nose. Tasting is the function of the mouth. And touching is the function, the sense of the hands e da nossa pele, né? Our skin. So, sight. Love at first sight. Amor à primeira vista. They Mark and Emma. They both, the two of them, they fell head over feet, like the song from Alanis Morissette. You've already won me over in spite of me, and don't be alarmed if I fall head over feet. Head over feet. Head over feet. Let me see, where is it? If you don't know, oops. No. Feet, okay? Both. Feet. So when you fall in love with someone head over feet, it's like from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. In other words, you fall completely in love with that person. Okay? To fall completely in love with someone. It's when you find, when you encounter, when you locate, when you discover, when you meet the partner you have always looked for, you have always dreamed. Somebody who treats you like you have always wanted and dreamed. Somebody who does, who says, and the treatment that they have with you is what you have always looked for, what you have always dreamed. It's when you find, encounter, locate that person that completes you perfectly. It's the perfect match, the perfect fit. It's when you have that feeling that you were meant to be together. Teacher, what is this? To be meant to be together. Quando você ouve ou diz para alguém, we were meant to be together, ou we weren't meant to be together, ou quem sabe talvez, se você escutar isso aqui, ó, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't supposed to be. To work out, dar certo. It wasn't supposed to work out. It wasn't meant to be. Quando você diz ou escuta, we were meant to be together. We were made, created, designed for each other, to be together. It's a perfect connection. It's a perfect fit. It's a perfect, the person completes you, fits you, matches you perfectly. It's like you, the two of you, were made, created, designed for each other. To be meant to be together. We were meant to be together. We were made, created for each other. Ok? E se você diz ou ouve, it wasn't meant to be. It was not supposed to be. To work out, dar certo. Ok? So, they... terminando. So, what happened to them? Them, Mark, and Emma. What happened to them was they would spend all their time, all their weekends after college studying, they would spend and be together. They were inseparable. Why? Because they fell head over feet. They fell head over feet. They fell the path of to fall. They fell completely in love with one another. The young couple, boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, father and mother, the duo, the couple, neste caso, Mark and Emma, the young couple used to do everything together. Studying, exercising, hanging out. To hang out, to spend time with someone somewhere, to go to the club, to the swimming pool, to the beach, to the movies, to the shopping center, to the park, take a walk, talk. To hang out, to invest time in having a good moment with someone, doing something interesting, relaxing, something that is funny. Okay? So, Mark and Emma, they would spend all their time together studying, exercising, hanging out. For example, they would go out for dinner, they would go out for a walk in the park, they would go to the mall, they would have coffee at Starbucks. Ok? E aqui eu dei exemplo meu. My favorite hanging out. Teacher, would it be passear, dar uma volta? Yes. And my favorite hanging out is to go out for dinner with my wife. Okay, so the young couple used to do everything together. Studying, exercising, hanging out. E aqui diz chilling out. To chill out means to relax completely. Se você ouve ou diz, I'm gonna chill out. I want, I need some chilling out. I need to chill out. It means when somebody is going to protect. Okay? So they will not permit, they will not allow, they will not let anything upsets, irritates you or aquela pessoa. For example, to sit out on the sofa and watch some Netflix. To go to the beach and stay there doing nothing. To relax completely. Me, when I want to do some chilling out, when I want to chill out, I usually sit on my couch, on my sofa, and I put some tennis on the TV, and then I chill out. Ok? Pergunta para você, how do you chill out? What do you do? What do you like to do when you need to chill out? Algumas com experiência, né, dessa aula e dessa expressão, algumas pessoas vão perguntar, qual a diferença de hangout para chill out? De fato, toda vez que você hang out, there is some chilling out involved. Because hanging out talks about doing something interesting, relaxing, fun. Ok? Like go to the movies, to the club, to the swimming pool, to the beach, to the shopping center, to a Starbucks, whatever. Passear, dar uma volta. To chill out is when you, in your mind, you say, I want to relax. So I will not permit, I will not allow, I will not let anything upset me. So, for example, if you are watching Netflix on your sofa, on your couch, sofa, and you are watching Netflix because you are chilling out, and somebody calls you from your job, from your work, you don't answer. You don't take the call. Because when you chill out, you protect yourself from anything that could upset you. Então, o hangout está mais ligado a passear, dar uma volta. O chill out vou dar uma relaxada total. E por causa disso, I will not permit, I will not allow anything that can irritate me. Ok? Então, se você está chilling out e recebe uma mensagem ou uma ligação de alguém que possivelmente quer resolver um problema com você, you don't take the call. Not at the moment, because you are chilling out. I will take care of this later. The young couple who used to do everything together, studying, exercising, hanging out, chilling out, they were inseparable. Pergunta, principalmente para quem está acompanhando desde o começo. Sem saber nada Na verdade, independentemente de você estar acompanhando desde o começo ou não, sem saber do resto da história toda, se eu te perguntasse agora, do they, Mark and Emma, do they, the couple, do they still do everything together today? Studying, exercising, hanging out, chilling out today? Yes or no? Mesmo que você não conheça nada do resto da história do livro, você já poderia responder no. Por causa disso aqui, ó. They used to do everything together. Used to is used to talk about things, facts, and habits that used to be true in the past, and they are not true, não são mais verdade, they are not happening today. Então não interessa se você não sabe o resto da história. Só por causa disso aqui você já pode dizer they are not completely in love, or they are not doing everything together today. Because they used to do everything together. So it was true. It happened in the past. It doesn't happen in the present. So they were completely in love and they would do everything together because they fell head over feet. So they were a perfect match, a perfect connection. They completed each other perfectly. That feeling that they had been made, created, designed for each other. And everything was perfect until she dumped him. Dumping, like this. Dumping the trash. Throw it out. She dumped him. Boom! She said, it's over. I don't want you anymore. Let's just be friends. She broke up with him. She said, finito, over. Ok? She, boom, dumped him. O famoso pé na bunda. Ok? A pausa breve que eu gosto de dar para ter certeza que... Beleza. Pessoal, só uma coisa, uma surpresa, um recado especial, tá? Quem quiser, durante o curso desta live, a partir de agora até o final, ou seja, não precisa ir embora agora. Não precisa sair agora para fazer isso. Pode assistir até quando você puder. Eu estou dizendo o seguinte, a partir de agora, até o final da live, enquanto eu estiver ao vivo, promoção relâmpago do Clube dos 5% Fluentes. Aonde, qual é a visão do Clube dos 5% Fluentes? Aprenda inglês sem estudar. É um programa de assinatura mensal ou anual que você pode cancelar a qualquer momento e ainda tem 7 dias de garantia. É diferente de um curso de inglês tradicional que você compra, independentemente se você pagou à vista ou dividiu, passou os 7 dias de garantia, acabou. Você não tem mais o que fazer. Não. O Clube dos 5% Fluentes é tipo Netflix. É uma assinatura mensal ou anual que você pode cancelar a hora que você quiser. E ainda tem 7 dias de garantia para experimentar. Como eu disse no começo, depois de 12 anos, é o formato mais simples, prático e divertido que eu já encontrei e consegui fazer e já vi até hoje no Brasil de aprender inglês. E qual é o modelo de estudo? Ciclos semanais de estudo, como este aqui que você está vendo. Aliás, até deixa eu botar aqui para você, só para você ver um pouquinho rapidinho. Então aqui, ó, já tem 3 aulas, tá? Aqui, ó, Clube dos 5% Fluentes. Cadê? Deixa eu abrir, eu quero abrir esse aqui. Aqui, ó. Clube dos 5% Fluentes, inclusive a gente está indo para uma plataforma nova, no final do mês estreia a plataforma nova. Então, deixa eu botar aqui só para você conseguir focar melhor. Toda semana vai ter um capítulo novo da história, tá? Não tem aula tradicional, não tem estudo, não tem decoreba, regrinha, tabelinha, nada disso. São capítulos de uma história, ok? Que eu estou escrevendo. Eu estou estudando e dominando e aprendendo técnicas profissionais de storytelling, de criar histórias que são interessantes. A cada semana tem um capítulo novo. E o capítulo sempre vai ter um PDF, um slide, algumas videoaulas e no final sempre vai ter um áudio que é o que você vai pegar e passar o resto daquele ciclo semanal, daquela semana ouvindo e interagindo. Ele é estrategicamente desenhado para você interagir, ouvir, e é aqui que a mágica acontece, é aqui que destrava o speaking, é aqui que consolida a neuroplasticidade, a reconfiguração neuronal para o progresso do aprendizado e melhoria de pronúncia. Ok? Então, cadê? Ah, meu Deus. Tá, aqui. Então, toda semana tem um capítulo novo. A primeira aula sempre é a narração do capítulo. Depois, todas as outras aulas, a explicação, que é o que a gente está fazendo aqui agora. Aqui, na verdade, eu estou revisando a explicação de ontem, tá? E a última sempre é o speaking time, ok? E aí, basicamente, você você assiste às aulas e depois que você assistir, você pega esse áudio do Speaking Time e ouve ele o resto da semana e segue o que está dentro dele. Acabou, acabou. It's that simple. É simples assim. É simples assim. Beleza? Como eu disse, né? E até algumas pessoas perguntam, como é que eu faço para assistir de novo essa aula, para ter acesso completo, papapá. Aqui dentro da plataforma, você vai ter o PowerPoint da semana, o PDF da semana e os áudios de todas as aulas, tá? Daquela semana. Ok? Então, deixa eu atualizar essa tela aqui. Então, beleza, ok. Então, é dessa forma que você aprende sem estudar, aprendendo com histórias, tá? Simples, prático e divertido, ciclos semanais de aprendizado. Aprendendo inglês sem estudar com histórias, um capítulo por semana. E o processo de aprendizado tem 2 pilares, compreensão e saturação. Como eu falei, todo capítulo semanal tem um PDF, um slide, algumas videoaulas, depende do capítulo, e alguns áudios, depende do capítulo. O que você vai fazer? Pilar da compreensão. Você vai assistir as videoaulas, ler o PDF e o slide o mínimo de vezes necessário para compreender. O primeiro pilar do aprendizado é compreensão. O que às vezes acontece na primeira vez assistindo às videoaulas. Ponto, acabou. Passou isso, pilar 2, saturação. Você vai pegar o final audio que sempre vai estar lá no final do capítulo semanal e esse você vai ouvir o máximo de vezes que você conseguir e uma vez na semana o seu estudo vai ser tentar transcrever aquele áudio. Você vai dar o play com o caderno na mão e vai ficar tentando transcrever o áudio. É o seu estudo naquele dia, acabou, não vai fazer mais nada. E uma vez na semana você vai brincar de ator. Você vai brincar de imitar o Felipe. O meu jeito de falar, de agir, de gesticular, minha entonação, minha emoção. Você vai brincar de ator. É o teu estudo daquele dia da semana. Ponto, final, acabou. É dessa forma que a gente promete e entrega o equivalente a um mês de progresso se tivesse estudando inglês com formatos tradicionais a cada ciclo semanal completado, aprendendo inglês com histórias. Repito, assinatura mensal ou anual, cancele a qualquer momento que você quiser, 7 dias de garantia. Ok? E para aqueles que estiverem a partir de agora até o final da live. Amor! Pode postar, por favor, porque às vezes alguma pessoa precisa sair. Então, se você puder, pode continuar assistindo. Para você receber a promoção relâmpago, que é assinar o Clube dos 5% Fluentes com os 25% de desconto da semana de lançamento do clube, que foi lá em março, você tem até 15 minutos depois que a live acabar. Então você não precisa ir embora agora. Pode ficar e assistir o resto da aula. Se você precisar sair agora ou antes de eu acabar a live, eu já vou deixar no chat o link para você poder aproveitar a promoção relâmpago, que, repito, ela começa agora e ela vai até 15 minutos depois que eu encerrar a live. É esse o espaço de tempo que você tem para assinar o Clube dos 5% Fluentes com os 25% de desconto da semana inicial de lançamento. Então, a partir de agora, pode postar o link no chat da página. Pronto. Tá aí, ó. Última vez que eu vou repetir. Não precisa sair correndo agora para assinar. Se você puder, continua assistindo a aula. Eu até prefiro. Isso daqui é porque, caso você precise sair e voltar para o trabalho, e não quer perder a promoção Relâmpago, a partir de agora, até 15 minutos depois da live, você pode assinar com o desconto. Fechado? Beleza. Quem é aluno da Escola da Fluência tem acesso? Não. É um produto diferente, plataforma diferente, aulas 100% novas, é outra coisa totalmente diferente. A Escola da Fluência, mesmo que você tenha feito o plano vitalício, não dá acesso ao Clube dos 5% Fluentes, tá bom? Beleza, vamos continuar a nossa aula. Uma coisa. Quem está aqui ao vivo comigo, né? 38 pessoas. Alguma pergunta a respeito do primeiro parágrafo que você quer que eu esclareça? Alguma dúvida sobre o Clube dos 5% Fluentes ou sobre o inglês, sobre o primeiro parágrafo? Se tiver, pergunte agora, por favor. Boa. A mensagem, o link para assinar com desconto, promoção Relâmpago, até 15 minutos depois da live. O link está fixado no chat do YouTube, ok? Tá. Não chegou nenhuma pergunta até agora. Eu acho que tem um delayzinho. Eu vou continuar a aula. Fechou? Vamos lá. Let's continue. Just a month away from graduating top of his class, Mark received devastating news. They, Mark and Emma, they had just finished having dinner one night when Emma took her engagement ring off, put it on the table, and told him she didn't want to marry him anymore. So, aqui começou o parágrafo, the beginning of the story, the beginning of the relationship. They were, in the first semester, they were freshmen. Here, in the second paragraph, the author, o autor, is talking about the end of the relationship. When they broke up, when they split, when they separated, Mark was just 1 month away from graduating top of his class. So when they broke up, when they finished the relationship, they were seniors. They started the relationship when they were freshmen. They got together, they were together all college, and in the last month of college, when they were seniors, Mark received devastating destructive, terrible news. He and Emma, they went out for dinner one night, and they had just finished having dinner when Emma took her engagement ring off, put it on the table, the engagement ring. And she told, past of to tell, she told Mark, okay, that she didn't want to marry him anymore. So, let's understand something here. Fases do relacionamento. A primeira vez que você conhece e encontra com a pessoa, you meet that person. Se avança, you become friends. Se avança, becomes a flirt, a crush. It's when you start to have romantic feelings about the person. Se avança, becomes a date, or you start dating the other person. Teacher, namorar? Yes. Se avança, you get engaged. The ring on the right hand. A última fase antes do marriage, antes do wedding. Ok? A última fase antes do wedding. E aí o que eu disse na parte 1 foi: the couple, the duo, the boyfriend and girlfriend, they go to the wedding. Wedding is the ceremony where two people get married. I am married to Jessica. Okay? We are in a marriage. We are married. We got married on June 29th, 2012. That is the date of our wedding ceremony. Wedding is the ceremony where two people get married. Então, essas duas pessoas, the couple, no dia do wedding, they go to the wedding. What is their status? Status, né? Relacional. They are engaged. They are the groom and the fiancé. They are engaged. The ring is on the right hand. After the wedding, the priest, né, o sacerdote ministrando o wedding says, I now, by the power invested in me by the state of New York, California, Florida, I now declare you husband and wife. So, the boyfriend becomes the groom and then the husband. The girlfriend becomes the fiancé and then the wife. Ok? Chegamos ao wedding engaged, and at the wedding, the ring comes from the right hand to the left hand, and we become husband and wife. We get married. This is my marriage ring. My wedding ring. The ring that represents I have a commitment with my wife. Before our wedding, this ring was on the right hand, and quando estava aqui, the ring was our engagement ring. E é exatamente este que Emma took off. After that night, after dinner, she took off the engagement ring, put it on the table, the engagement ring on the table, and she turned to Mark and she said, "It's over. My plans have changed. I don't want to marry you anymore." Ok? Oi. Pode sim, Miguel. Pode fazer o mensal para testar, conhecer e se gostar, assina o anual, tá? Beleza? E eu, para te ser sincero, eu até prefiro. Beleza? Let us continue. Alguma outra pergunta? Beleza, vamos lá. Tá. Caso você não saiba, esse link que está fixado aqui no chat é a promoção relâmpago para assinar o Clube dos 5% Fluentes, aonde você tem acesso completo a esta história, esse capítulo e a toda a história do livro, Aprendendo Inglês Sem Estudar, através de histórias, programa de assinatura mensal anual, cancela a qualquer momento que você quiser, 7 dias de garantia. E até 15 minutos após eu encerrar esta live que está acontecendo hoje, dia 13 de abril, 1h33 da tarde agora. Ó, até vou te falar aqui, ó. Quando eu comecei, o Djokovic estava jogando e aí, ó, o jogo foi suspenso, começou a chover. Então, estamos ao vivo, ok? Estamos ao vivo, 13 de abril, 1h34 da tarde. Quando eu terminar a live, de agora até 15 minutos após o encerramento da live, é o teu prazo para aproveitar a oferta relâmpago. Assinar o Clube dos 5% Fluentes com 25% de desconto, o que foi feito só na semana de lançamento, que foi a última semana de março. Ok? Beleza? Vamos continuar então. Essa parte começa a ficar legal. Essa parte começa a ficar muito legal. Having been taken completely off guard with his pants down, Mark decided to ask her why she was breaking up. To be To be caught, to be taken off guard or with your pants down. Ok? To be caught off guard or with your pants down. It's what happened to Mark, and it means to be completely surprised by something you were not expecting. When you are caught off guard or caught with your pants down, you had no idea what was coming. You didn't see the terrible bad news, the problem, the attack coming. E essa frase, I didn't see it coming, ela mais ou menos vem de um linguajar de guerra. Quando alguém solta um míssil, uma bomba, quando os soldados veem que está vindo, eles gritam, incoming! The bomb is coming our way. Escape, run away, go out, protect yourself. There is a bomb coming your way. Então, quando você ouvir essa expressão, I didn't see it coming, he didn't see it coming, o significado é, there was a problem, there was an attack, a bomb, a missile or a shot coming, and the person didn't see the bomb, the problem. And because they didn't see, provavelmente porque they were not expecting the problem, because they were not expecting, because they didn't see the problem coming, they didn't put their guard on. They didn't protect. So they were hit by the problem. Again, to be caught off guard, unprotected, with your guard off, with your pants down. Por quê? Because you had no idea what was coming. You were not expecting, waiting. You had no idea. Como ele, por exemplo, quando ele estava lá naquele dia, naquela noite sentado, jantando com a Emma, he had no idea, no clue that she was about, prestes a break up with him, finish the relationship. He was never expecting. And because he was not expecting, because he was not, não estava no radar dele de forma alguma, né? It wasn't on his radar. He was not expecting Emma to break up with him. He was not, como ele não estava esperando, he was not protecting himself. So he was caught, he was taken unprotected, off guard, with his pants down. He was taken completely by surprise. Ok? Ah, tá, peraí, calma. Já a gente fala sobre isso. Having been taken completely by surprise, completely off guard, with his pants down, he decided to ask Emma, why are you breaking up with me? What's happening? Okay? It was so unexpected, so surprisingly, so out of the blue, out of nowhere, so inexplicable. Like, he was not expecting at all. He had no idea. And then all of a sudden, she says, it's over. Huh? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean it's over? What is happening? Why are you breaking up? Why are you ending the relationship? She told him, past of to tell, she told him, Mark, she couldn't cope with his unstable mood and his lack of concentration, always daydreaming and forgetting things and appointments. So let's break it down piece by piece. First of all, unstable mood. To be unstable emotionally speaking. Somebody who is unstable or somebody who has an unstable mood talks about your emotional state. This is a characteristic of somebody who has the borderline syndrome. They are emotionally unstable. So sometimes they will have a lot of self-confidence. Sometimes they will have no self-confidence. Sometimes they will feel, I'm a champion. And then the next day, one day after, they will feel like they are useless. They have no value. They will be happy and then depressed. It's a roller coaster, montanha russa. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's an unstable mood. In emotional instability. Ok? E eu falei na parte 1, the borderline differs from the bipolar. The difference between the borderline and the bipolar, o borderline e o bipolar, is that the borderline, his emotional instability is shorter. Like today, he is feeling great. Tomorrow, he is feeling terrible. Thank you. The bipolar, when he gets on his high, the state of mania, it's what they call, he's gonna be like this for 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then when he gets down, depressed, he is gonna be like that for 2-3 months. So it's a different emotional instability. Both have an unstable mood, unstable humor, unstable emotional state, but it's different. Lack of concentration, absence of concentration. Let's understand first the word lack, or let's review. To lack something is when you need or when you want something and it's not available, or there is not enough, not sufficient, not the minimum necessary of that. Whatever, time, money, concentration, food, water, it's unavailable or insufficient. There is not enough, not the minimum necessary. For example, lack of money when somebody doesn't have enough, sufficient, the minimum necessary money, that is never an outside problem. Because of the government, because of the president, because of the economy, because of the circumstances, because of my boss, né, meu chefe. No. That is never the real problem. The root, a raiz, is always inside. The root, a raiz, the root of lack of money is always inside, never outside. Okay? Another example. Many regions in Nordeste brasileiro lack water. They have a lack of water. There is not enough, not sufficient, not the minimum necessary water. So they lack water. They have a lack of water. Both are possible. Another example. When a tennis player loses 3, 4, 5 matches in a row consecutively, they start to lack self-confidence. When a player loses 3, 4, 5 matches in a row consecutively, their self-confidence gets so low that they don't have enough, sufficient, or the minimum self-confidence necessary. They lack self-confidence. People with ADD, attention deficit disorder, DDA, they have a lack of concentration. They don't have enough, sufficient, or the minimum necessary concentration, focus. Se a gente fosse ser mais específico, né? Na hora que entre as sinapses neurais, quando vai um neurônio lança a dopamina para o outro, no cérebro de um DDA ocorre uma perda no caminho e não chega tudo do outro lado. So they lack dopamine. And because of that, they lack focus, concentration. Okay? Another example, I am super happy with my new apartment. It's larger. The new apartment is larger than the last one. And that is very good because we lacked space where we used to live in the last apartment in the past. We lacked space. We didn't have enough, sufficient, the necessary space to accommodate our stuff. So we lacked space, or the apartment lacked space. It's also possible. Ok? Ausência de ou falta de. Always daydreaming and forgetting things and appointments. The consequence of his lack of concentration was that Mark would frequently daydream. To daydream is to disconnect from the present, from what is happening right now, and you start thinking about something else you would love to be doing. So, if you daydream in a conversation or in a meeting, probably what happens is you are bored, not interested. Whatever is happening in the meeting, in the conversation, is definitely not interesting to you. So you get bored. You get bored. Bored. The opposite of interested. Ok? Um exemplo aqui que me veio na cabeça. Muitos amigos meus me perguntam: cara, mas você fica assistindo jogo de tênis, a bola indo de um lado para o outro. That is so boring. So not interesting. Okay? Boring is the opposite of interesting. So, when someone is bored, not interested, in a meeting, in a conversation, they will sometimes disconnect from what is happening at the moment, and they will start dreaming about something else that they would love to be doing. They will dream during the day, in the middle of the day, in the middle of a meeting, of a conversation. They will daydream. That's to daydream. Hey, wake up. Are you daydreaming? Come back. Ok? Outras expressões, phrasal verbs semelhantes, ou similares, ou conectados, alinhados com daydreaming. To drift away, to zoom out, to space out. A melhor forma de você entender o drifting away... Agora eu me lasco aqui, achei. A melhor forma de você entender o drifting away é entender drifting. Isso aqui é drifting, ó. Aquele carro lá atrás, parabéns, o cara entrou na frente. Aquele carro lá atrás, roxo, ó. That car is drifting. Ok? Obrigado para você que entrou. Anúncio. Again. Drifting. Ok? So, when your mind drifts away, it means your mind drifts away from the conversation. Disconnects from the conversation. Drifting away from the conversation. Or to zoom out, to space out, to disconnect from what is happening right now. E aí, se você quiser voltar para a conversa, geralmente acontece assim: I'm sorry, you lost me on the new president things. Você fala, I'm sorry, you lost me on, e aí você fala a última coisa que você se recorda de ter ouvido naquela conversa antes de você ter spaced out, zoomed out, antes da sua mente ter drifted away e talvez antes de você ter começado a daydream, tá? Expliquei isso na parte 1. Todo daydreaming tem dentro dele um drifting away, um zoom out, um space out. Mas nem toda vez que você viaja na maionese é porque você está desinteressado e você começa a pensar, eu queria mesmo agora estar fazendo tal coisa, que é o daydreaming. Nem sempre. Às vezes, por vários motivos, está cansado, não dormiu direito, ou então porque na conversa dispara um gatilho e a sua cabeça começa a pensar, lembra de uma pendência, de um compromisso. Então, nem toda vez que você space out, zoom out or drift away, not every time that you disconnect from what is happening at the moment and you start thinking about something else, your mind goes to another place. Not always is because you were bored, not interested. And not always you start dreaming about something else you would love to be doing. Ok? Então, todo daydreaming tem um zoom out, um space out, um drift away dentro dele, mas nem todo drift away, nem toda vez que você zoom out, space out, you daydream. Ok? So, Mark would frequently daydream, he would frequently drift away, zoom out, space out, like Emma was talking to him, and then he would and she would have to, have I lost you? Come back to the moment, come back to the conversation. And he would frequently forget things and appointments. Another typical characteristic of somebody who has attention deficit disorder, ADD, ODDA in Portuguese. They frequently forget things and appointments.
It's got to look authentic, but quite different from the one you just delivered.
I'm looking at...
So, meu Deus. Será que o áudio do... Será que o áudio do carro drifting estava competindo com a minha voz aqui? Eu acho que não, senão alguém já tinha comentado, né? Toca o barco, agora já era. Mas eu preciso saber. Alguém escreve aqui para mim, por favor, se esse tempo aqui que eu esqueci o vídeo do drifting rodando, o áudio do vídeo do carro drifting atrapalhou a minha voz? Alguém escreve aqui no chat para mim, por favor. Chat do YouTube. Ok, tá, não atrapalhou. Ótimo. Muito bom. Ainda bem que eu não esqueci de fazer isso aqui. Always forgetting things and appointments. Okay? Appointments, the things you have in your schedule to do, like going to the doctor, like going to the bank, visiting a client, visiting a friend, going to the beauty salon. It's when you arrange, when you schedule to visit someone at a particular time and place. For example, when you go to the doctor to see the doctor, you get to his place, okay? To the hospital, to the clinic, whatever, and you go to the front desk and you talk to the receptionist, the assistant, the secretary. Hi, good morning. I have an appointment with Dr. Jacob at 11 a.m. So I have arranged to see Dr. Jacob here at 11 a.m. Okay? So, appointments, the things you have in your schedule to do. Ok? Compromissos. Your appointments. What would happen to Mark, and it's a typical characteristic of people with attention deficit disorder, ADD, DDS, is that they will frequently forget things and appointments. My wife is or has ADD. A minha esposa é DDA. I know this firsthand. Eu sei disso em primeira mão. E uma das cenas mais comuns na vida de um DDA é they receive a call asking, "Hello, good morning. Are you arriving?" Tá chegando? E eles respondem, "Arriving where?" "Oh, it's because you have an appointment with Dr. Jacob right now at 11 a.m. E aí o DDA, I forgot. E por causa disso, um conselho que o DDA recebe muito é create a reminder. Like when you put an alarm on your phone to ring, to remind you, hey, you have to see Dr. Jacob at 11 a.m. today. Don't forget. Remember, it's a reminder. Okay? Red Bullzinho sem açúcar. So, what this paragraph is saying basically is that night when Mark and Emma, when they went out for dinner, And at the end of the dinner, she turned to him. She took off her engagement ring, put it on the table, and she said, "It's over." That was a complete surprise for him. Okay? He was never expecting that. It was completely surprising for him. He was taken off guard with his pants down. He was taken off guard with his pants down. Okay? And he asked her, "Why? What is happening? What have I done?" And she said, the problem is that she couldn't cope with his unstable mood, lack of concentration, always daydreaming, forgetting things and appointments. So, a forma mais simples de você entender isso. It's very challenging to live with, conviver with somebody who is an emotional roller coaster, unstable, somebody who many times when you are talking to that person, they will just disconnect and they will not listen to you anymore. And you have to, hey, come back. Somebody who is frequently forgetting things, forgetting the phone, the computer, the wallet, né, carteira, o cartão. Forgetting appointments, the doctor, okay, forgetting appointments of the daughters, o médico da filha, whatever. E como eu disse, né, eu sei disso em primeira mão porque no começo do nosso casamento, eu e a minha esposa, a gente teve muitas brigas por causa disso. Porque ela esquecia as coisas, esquecia os... E não é nem que ela parou de esquecer, não. Eu que mudei. Ela melhorou, mas eu também parei de... Eu comecei a aceitar e falei, cara... Antes eu ficava disputando, né? Momento coach aqui, momento pastor. Antes eu ficava disputando e falando, ela tem que melhorar, ela tem que criar lembrete, tem que desenvolver estratégia. E eu tenho uma memória muito boa. Chegou uma hora que eu falei, cara, quer saber? Eu abri mão, falei, eu vou começar a ajudá-la. E eu comecei a ajudá-la. Então, mas voltando para o tópico. Passar dessa dica de casamento, né? Pare de cobrar ou exigir do teu cônjuge. Ajude ele. Desista de fazer ele mudar. Desista. Aceita e ajuda no que você puder. Volta pro livro, pra história. It's very challenging. É muito desafiador. Living with, conviver with somebody who is emotionally unstable and who is frequently forgetting things, appointments, daydreaming, drifting away, zoning out, spacing out. Inclusive, se você tem no seu trabalho, na sua família, na sua casa, nos seus amigos, alguém assim, a pergunta que se faz é: how do you cope with that? How do you cope with that? To cope with something means to be able to successfully handle, successfully administrate, manage, control a difficult situation like this. When your boyfriend, when your husband, when your partner is borderline and ADD, that's very challenging, desafiador. It's very difficult. To cope with that would be to successfully deal with that. administrate that. In her case, she could not cope with his unstable mood. She failed to understand, to accept, to administrate, to handle his instability and lack of concentration. She was incapable. She didn't have the ability. Okay? She was not capable. She was incapable. She failed to administrate, to handle, to deal with that challenge, that situation. She failed to understand, to accept, to administrate his instability and lack of concentration. No meu caso, eu acabei de explicar para você my example. How did I and how have I been coping with my wife's ADD? With her forgetting things and appointments. Eu acabei de explicar como que eu estou coping with this. É óbvio, assim como ela, she also has to cope with many of my problems. Não estou dizendo aqui que eu sou bonitão e ela não. De jeito nenhum. Na verdade, é bem provável que ela tenha que cope with muito mais difficult situations minhas do que eu com ela. Tá? Eu estou falando do meu exemplo específico com essa questão do DDA dela, que esquece, hoje melhorou muito, mas principalmente no começo, esquecia demais, perdia muitas coisas, esquecia muito compromisso. I stopped trying to change her and I started to just accept and help her. I started using my ability, my good memory, to help her, ao invés de to start a dispute with her. That's how I coped with her ADD. Ok? E aí eu te faço essa pergunta. Esteja você convivendo com alguém que é muito instável, inconstante, ou que tem o DDA, que tem problema de concentração, de foco, talvez filho, filha, ou qualquer outro challenge de relacionamento, qualquer desafio de relacionamento que você tenha com alguém próximo a você, né? How are you coping with that? How are you successfully handling, administrating, dealing with this challenge, this difficult situation? How are you successfully understanding, accepting, and administrating that? Okay? So, she told him she couldn't cope. It was too much for her. She failed to understand, to accept his instability, his lack of concentration, always daydreaming, drifting away, spacing out, zoning out, forgetting things and appointments. And she said, "It's like you're never there. It's like you are never listening. My feeling, my impression is that, my assumption is that you are always somewhere else, never there at the moment, never really listening to me, never really paying attention to what I am saying. It just seems you don't care. It looks like you don't care. It appears to me that you don't care. I have the impression that you don't care. I feel like my feeling is that you don't care. It seems like you don't care. Parece, a impressão que me dá. I never know what you are really thinking. It's like I don't really know who you are. I never know what you are really planning. Ela poderia ter dito, I'm always in the dark with you. I'm always in the dark with you. I'm always in the dark with you. I never know what's gonna happen. What you are really thinking, planning. I'm always in the dark. Insecure. I don't know what is going to happen. I feel like it seems that my impression is, my feeling is, it looks like I'm always out of your world. Always in the dark. That I don't have access to the real you. That is, or that was her answer, her explanation to Mark about why she was breaking up with him. Ok? Beleza, pausa rápida para avisar uma coisa. Aqui no chat, tá? Aqui no chat. Deixa eu... De novo aqui, ótimo. Aqui no chat do YouTube está fixado o link. Eu vou botar de novo aqui. O que é isso, Felipe? É oferta relâmpago até 15 minutos após o encerramento desta live que está acontecendo no dia 13 de abril, 2h20 da tarde agora. Até 15 minutos depois que eu encerrar a live, ou seja, não precisa ir agora correndo. Se você puder, fique até o final. Mas caso você precise sair antes de eu terminar, está fixado no chat o link que te dá a possibilidade, é uma oferta relâmpago que vale até 15 minutos após o encerramento da live, para você assinar o Clube dos 5% Fluentes com 25% de desconto, tá? Clube dos 5% Fluentes, um lugar para você aprender inglês sem estudar. Ai, duvido. Ah, querido, assinatura mensal ou anual, cancela na hora que você quiser, sem multa, sem fidelidade, sem harassment, sem constrangimento, sem assédio. E além disso, 7 dias de garantia para você experimentar, risco zero. Depois de 12 anos testando, estudando, pesquisando, melhorando, constantemente o formato mais simples, prático e divertido que eu já encontrei até hoje e que eu já vi até hoje no Brasil para você aprender inglês. E a promessa é um mês, o equivalente a um mês de progresso, se você estiver estudando inglês com métodos tradicionais, a cada ciclo semanal completado. Ah, eu duvido. Cara, assinatura mensal ou anual, 7 dias de garantia, cancela na hora que você quiser. Simples assim. Não precisa nem pagar para ver. Só experimenta, testa, tá? Se esta aula experimental não está sendo suficiente, e como que se estuda? Qual o modelo de estudos dentro do Clube dos 5% Fluentes? A proposta é ser simples, prático e divertido. Ciclos semanais, tá? De 7 dias de aprendizado, aprendendo inglês sem estudar através de histórias, ok? Um capítulo novo da história por semana. Pilar de estudos são 2, compreensão e saturação. Todo capítulo semanal vai ter sempre um PDF, que é o texto daquele capítulo, um slide, que é o slide daquele capítulo, como esse daqui que a gente está vendo, tá? Algumas lessons, depende de quantas, depende do capítulo, que são as videoaulas, e áudios, que também vai depender do capítulo. Como é que você estuda? Primeiro pilar de compreensão, você vai assistir as videoaulas e vai ler ou rever o slide do jeito que você quiser, sendo que a orientação é o mínimo de vezes necessários para compreender. Você só tem que entender, o que muitas vezes vai acontecer durante a própria videoaula. Terminei a videoaula, entendi tudo, acabou. Ponto final. Não precisa fazer mais nada. Pilar 2, saturação. Todo capítulo semanal termina com um áudio chamado The Final Audio, e é aqui que os 12 anos de experiência, teste, pesquisa, estudo, melhoria, entram em ação. Esse áudio, que a gente vai fazer já já, que é a parte final de todo o capítulo semanal, é aqui que eu coloco 12 anos de pesquisa sobre neurociência, de estudo, de teste com alunos, e preparo um áudio dinâmico e interativo, onde você vai participar, e é aqui que vai ter o destravamento de speaking e a melhoria de pronúncia, e treino de pronúncia. Você vai pegar esse áudio e vai ouvir ele o máximo de vezes que você conseguir, até o próximo capítulo estrear na outra semana, ou até você fechar aquele ciclo de uma semana daquele capítulo. Ponto. Sendo que dentro desses 7 dias naquele capítulo, um dia, o teu estudo vai ser, você vai pegar um caderno, uma caneta ou um computador, vai dar o play no áudio e vai tentar transcrever. Só isso. Ponto final. E uma vez na semana você vai brincar de ator. Você vai dar o play no áudio e você vai brincar de imitar o Felipe. O jeito que ele fala, a entonação, a emoção, os gestos. Ponto final. E só isso. Como eu falei, é simples, é prático, é divertido. Toda a engenharia do aprendizado está embutida dentro da metodologia da forma mais prática que a gente já conseguiu fazer até hoje. E é assim que você consegue aprender sem estudar e obter o equivalente a 1 mês de progresso a cada ciclo semanal completado, tá? Quem quiser, oferta relâmpago, repito, até 15 minutos após eu encerrar esta live aqui, que está acontecendo 13. Eu estou falando isso porque essa live, um pedaço dela vai ficar no ar. Então, se você está assistindo depois, né, não está assistindo aqui ao vivo, 13 de abril, 2h26, já perdeu. É até eu acabar a live, mais 15 minutos é o teu intervalo, a partir de agora até lá, para assinar o Clube dos 5% Fluentes com 25% de desconto, que é uma promoção da semana de lançamento. Repito, 7 dias de garantia, cancele a qualquer momento que você quiser, assinatura mensal ou anual. É a forma mais simples, prática e divertida que eu conheço no Brasil hoje de aprender inglês em todos os sentidos, inclusive nessa praticidade financeira, digamos assim. Ok? Beleza. Let us continue. Para assinar, o link para você fazer assinatura mensal ou anual, o link está no chat do YouTube. Fechou? Beleza. Let us continue. Mark was devastated with his world upside down, especially when he found out she had been sleeping with one of his classmates. So, when Emma took off the engagement ring, and when she said to Mark, "It's over, I don't want you anymore," it's over. When she broke up with him, when she ended the relationship, Mark was destroyed inside. He was devastated, completely destroyed, okay? With his world upside down. Woo! Okay? Completely destroyed, devastated, in a terrible situation. Especially when he found out, when he figured out, when he discovered, when he learned, when he found out, best of to find out, when he found out, when he figured out, when he discovered, when he learned, when he received the information that Emma had been sleeping with one of his classmates, somebody that studied in the same classroom as he and Emma. A classmate is somebody who attends school or college in the same classroom. He is your classmate. So they studied together all college. Okay? And when she broke up with him, when she ended the relationship, the engagement, they were engaged, they were about to get married, she had already been sleeping with another man, and he was a classmate. He studied in the same classroom as Mark and Emma. He was devastated because he had truly believed, he really believed, he really expected that they would marry. Okay? They would get married. They would have a wedding. Okay? They would marry, have children, and spend the rest of their lives together. He So he had truly believed. He was really expecting, planning a wedding with Emma. He truly believed they would get married, have children, and spend the rest of their lives together. He really, truly, deeply believed, planned, expected that by her side, Emma's side, which means with her, okay? Ao lado dela, by her side, he would build, he would form, construct, he would have the strong marriage his parents, his father and mother, never had. And he and Emma, they would love and respect their children, que eles viriam a ter, né? They would love and respect their children as he, Mark, had never been loved and respected. But once again, rejection and abandonment knocked his door. The resident felt useless and hopeless. The resident, somebody who is studying and training to become a doctor. Very similar to Portuguese. The resident felt, passed off to feel emotions. He felt useless and hopeless. Useless means no use. If something is useless, it means that it doesn't work. There is no use for that. For example, fax, Xerox, DVD, CDs, they all became useless. There is no use for a fax, for a DVD, for a CD today, for a Xerox. They became useless. There is no use for them. Agora, if a person, if someone, ok? Aqui a gente falou de something. Now we are talking about people. If someone is useless, that person would have no value. Por que eu botei would have? Aquela pessoa não teria valor algum. Porque, na verdade, todo mundo tem valor. Ninguém é verdadeiramente useless. Podem chamar podem considerar, mas de fato ninguém é. Por isso que eu coloquei would have. Não teria valor. Porque na verdade tem. If somebody is useless, that person, he or she, could leave, could go away, could get out, could move to another city. Vamos melhorar isso aqui. If somebody is considered useless, okay? That means that this person, para quem a considera useless, para quem a considera useless, this person could go away, get out, could move to another city, and it wouldn't make a difference. It would make no difference. Because what? Because he or she is useless. So, when somebody is useless, there is no need or wanting in that person staying. Ok? When somebody is useless, não existe nenhuma necessidade ou desejo daquela pessoa ficar. They, para quem a considera useless, ou quando a gente se sente useless, nosso sentimento é que we could go away, we could get out, we could move to another city, and it would make no difference because we are feeling useless. We are feeling like we have no value, like there is no need or no wanting in our staying in that place, né? Ficar naquele lugar, permanecer ali. After Emma dumped, after she broke up with him, after she dumped him, and the way she broke up, and sleeping with somebody else, a classmate, all of that together made Mark felt useless and hopeless. Useless, acabamos de ver, e the feeling that is the opposite of somebody who feels loved, accepted, embraced, somebody who feels he or she is extremely necessary to that family, to that organization. Okay? Useless is the extreme opposite feeling to the feeling that somebody with a lot of self-confidence feels. I am loved here. I am important. I am necessary. If I left, if I moved to another place, it would make a big difference. My absence here, a minha ausência nesse lugar, okay? The opposite of this feeling is the feeling of somebody who is feeling useless, no value, not important, and it would make no difference if they disappeared. Hopeless. The second feeling he had after all of that happened to him, desculpa, eu esqueci do segundo slide do useless. He or she could leave, go away, get out, and it wouldn't make a difference because they are useless. it would make no difference if they left. The feeling somebody has when they are feeling incompetent, ineffective, unproductive, not important, not necessary in that place, organization, family, or relationship. Okay? Oh, an example. No need to call him to the meeting. He's useless. Alguém falando, né? Ah, vou chamar o fulano para reunião. Não, não, não. Don't bother calling him. No need, there is no need to call fulano to the meeting. He's useless. He is ineffective, unproductive, incompetent. His presence in the meeting is not gonna make any difference. He's not important. It's not necessary that he comes to the meeting. No, there is no need to call him to the meeting. Okay? The second feeling he had, the feeling of hopelessness. To understand hopeless, first we need to understand hope. Ok? Hopeless, useless, no use. Quando você bota o less no final da palavra, você está invertendo a palavra. Useless, no use. Homeless, no home. Ok? Wireless. Wire é isso daqui, ó. Fio. Cabo. Wireless. No wire. Ok? This is a Bluetooth wireless mouse. And this is a Bluetooth wireless keyboard. There is no wire connecting my keyboard to my computer. The connection happens through Bluetooth. It's wireless. No wire. Quando você bota o less na frente da palavra, você está transformando no oposto. Ok? Useless, no use. Hopeless, no hope. Wireless, no wire. Homeless people, no home, no house, no apartment. So hopeless means no hope. It means, okay, so first we need to understand what is hope. Hope means confidence, to believe, to expect good things. Ou seja, hopeless, no hope. If you are hopeless, you have no confidence. You don't expect anything good to happen. You become pessimistic, sad, desperate, discouraged, afraid, fearful, medroso. When you are hopeless, you don't believe good things will happen to you because you have lost your hope. You have lost your confidence. You have lost your expectation in good things happening to you. When you are hopeless, you become desperate, discouraged. And usually, when we... Deixa eu até apagar isso daqui, né? When we get hopeless about something, we tend to give up. Give up, desistir. On that. We usually stop giving it our best, trying our best, because we are hopeless about that. Example. a marriage, a company, a job, a relationship. If you become hopeless about your marriage, that means you lose the confidence that your marriage will be successful. So if you are, or if you become hopeless about your marriage, probably you will stop giving your best to that marriage. You will, não você, mas a maioria das pessoas, when they become hopeless, ao invés de aumentar a marcha e ir para cima, a maioria das pessoas, when they get hopeless, they give up. Forget about it. They stop giving their best, trying their best. Por quê? Because they lost, passado de luz, perderam the confidence. They became pessimistic, discouraged about the marriage. So they will stop giving their best to the marriage. E aí o que acaba acontecendo? O casamento acaba indo pro saco. Talvez metade por causa do jeito que estava, mas a outra metade por causa dessa postura que um dos dois que se torna hopeless about the marriage começa a ter. Mesma coisa em relação a uma empresa, em relação a um trabalho, em relação a um relacionamento qualquer que seja. Com um amigo, com um filho, whatever, whoever. Most people, when they get hopeless about a company, about a job, about a relationship, about a project, they stop giving that company, giving that job, giving that relationship, that project, their best. E aí acaba que o troço vai pro saco mesmo. E aí um exemplo meu, pessoal, de verdade. I remember quando eu cheguei no Dr. Julian, que foi o nutrólogo que mudou minha vida. I remember when I went to see Dr. Julian, I had tried so many different diets and they would never work. It was so hard, so difficult, that eventually, every time I would go on a diet, it was so hard, so difficult, that eventually I would give up, jogar a toalha, desistir, that I became hopeless about getting fit and in good shape. I lost the confidence. I stopped believing that I could be fit and in a good shape. I became discouraged about that, pessimistic. I became hopeless about getting fit and in good shape. And that's, if the opposite of useless is somebody who feels important, decisive, productive, necessary, loved, accepted, embraced, what is the opposite of somebody who feels hopeless? somebody who is determined, somebody who is faithful, somebody who is completely sure that he or that the project or that the marriage is gonna be successful, is gonna work out, is gonna succeed. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna change things. And it's gonna succeed. It's gonna work out. A lot of confidence and somebody who is very optimistic. Optimistic. E aí a gente entende agora o seguinte: o unstable mood do Mark, agora a gente pode usar essas palavras, né? He would sometimes feel useless, and then he would feel important, necessary, decisive, productive, loved. And then he would feel hopeless, pessimistic, discouraged. And then he would feel hopeful, optimistic. Everything is going to work out. A lot of confidence. Okay? So, after everything that Emma did, after everything that happened, and the betrayal, okay? She betrayed him. She was not loyal. She slept with somebody else. That is called betrayal, né? Traiu ele. Ok? She was not loyal. Aqueles programas que a gente tem, loyalty programs. Você vai juntando porque você vai sempre naquela empresa, naquela companhia, naquele supermercado. They make up, they gift, they reward, né? Eles premiam your loyalty. Always going there. That's loyalty. Okay? They give you points, they give you cash back, whatever. It's called loyalty. And loyalty is one of the pillars, one of the grounds, fundamentos of a marriage, a successful marriage. Loyalty. And she did the opposite. She betrayed him, sleeping with one of his classmates. So after all of that, he felt useless and hopeless. But interestingly enough, instead of going under the blues, Mark was actually fired up. He was actually fired up by the breaking up. Instead of, he felt useless and hopeless after Emma dumped him, and especially how it happened. Abrupt, sudden, unexpectedly, out of nowhere, sleeping with someone else. He felt useless and hopeless. He lost confidence in himself and in love. He didn't want and he didn't believe he would be successful in a relationship anymore. He lost confidence in his ability to have a successful romantic relationship. He felt useless and hopeless. But, interestingly enough, surprisingly, in a contradictory way, instead of going under the blues, he was actually fired up by the breaking up. To get the blues, to go under the blues, to be in the blues, means to be sad and depressed. Okay? He got the blues after she broke up with him. Não é o que aconteceu aqui. Aqui é um outro exemplo, que até foi contraditório, né? Um outro exemplo. She went under the blues after she discovered, she figured out, she learned that her partner was betraying and ripping her off. Aqui é um caso de uma mulher empresária que descobriu que o sócio dela estava robbing her, betraying her, ripping her off, né, dando um golpe nela. When she found out, when she discovered, when she figured out, she went under the blues. É um exemplo, tá? Não é da história, ok? So, to go under the blues, to be in the blues, to get the blues, to be under the blues, to get depressed. Surprisingly enough, unexpectedly, instead of becoming depressed, Mark was actually fired up by the breaking up. To be fired up, to be excited, encouraged, hopeful, full of energy and confidence. When you are fired up, you want to get to work and you want to make things happen. You want to work, you want to produce, you want to make things happen because you are fired up. To be fired up também pode ser considerado oposto de to feel hopeless. E aí eu trouxe um vídeo da imersão que eu fiz ano passado, em julho, que vai te mostrar, você vai ver e ouvir people who are fired up. Dá uma olhada.
Fired up, ready to go. Fired up, ready to go.
Fired up, ready to go. Fired up, ready to go. I burned all the bridges, blocked all the roads. There's no turning back now. I'm moving forward. I look to you. There's no looking back now. So let me go on now. Let me go on now. So let me go on now. Let me go on now. So let me go on now. Let me go on now. So let me go on now. Let me go on now. So let me go on now. Let me go on
So to be fired up is also can be considered an opposite of to be or to feel useless and hopeless. So the point here is, technically, normally, it would be very normal and acceptable, understandable, after everything if Mark became sad, maybe even depressed, he was betrayed, né? Traído. He was planning to marry her, to have children, to spend the rest of his life with her, and then she breaks up with him unexpectedly, out of nowhere, and she was sleeping with somebody else. It would be acceptable, understandable, if Mark became sad, even depressed for some time. But something very interesting happened. Instead of becoming depressed, he was actually fired up. He got encouraged, hopeful, excited by the breaking up. How? It's what he says right here. This, what Emma did to me, this is not going to destroy me. I'll overcome this. I'll get over it. And I'll become stronger. So, to overcome something or to get over something means, okay? You are here. And there is an obstacle. On your way. A problem, an obstacle. Okay? Stopping or trying to stop you. To overcome or to get over, to get over, to overcome the obstacle and successfully go to the other side. Okay? Teacher, would it be superar, dar a volta por cima? Yes, yes. Okay? And this is what Mark said. I will not permit that what Emma did to me, breaking up with me, sleeping with another man, I will not permit that to destroy me. Ao contrário. Instead, I'll overcome this. I'll get over it. I will successfully solve this problem. I will successfully administrate this problem. I'm gonna cope with this. And I will become stronger emotionally, of course, and mentally. So he decided to do something brave, courageous, and very risky, with a lot of a high risk. What was the plan? He would graduate, get his bachelor's degree, and then he would move to London, where he would channel, direct every single bite of energy he had. He would focus, direct that into becoming the best doctor England had ever seen. He would graduate, and then he would get his bachelor's degree. So let me show you some documents here. This is my birth certificate. This is my marriage certificate. Let us say like this. And this is it's a copy of my University of Michigan certificate of proficiency in English. This is oh no, this is Michigan again. I thought it was my TOEFL. Where's my TOEFL? I have a certificate of proficiency in English by the University of Michigan and a TOEFL, okay? And this is my bachelor's degree from the college where I graduated in business and management. Okay? So, his plan was he would do something brave and risky, something that would require, demand, ask for a lot of courage because the risk was very high. He would graduate, finish college, get his bachelor's degree as a doctor, and then he would move to London and he would focus completely on becoming the best doctor in England ever. And that's what he did. Shutting his heart down to love, closing his heart to love. I don't want any involvement in romantic relationships. I want nothing to do with love. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to spend 1 minute thinking about it. He shut down, closed his heart to love, and he dived. He dived. He dived. He dived. Completely in his career. He focused all his energy and time into his professional career. Building, constructing that clinic que a gente viu no capítulo anterior, and not falling in love was the best way to forget everything he had been through. Everything that happened, everything that Emma did, the breaking up, the betrayal, everything he had, all the suffering he had experienced. He wanted to forget about that. Okay? Sorry, this is not the correct slide. He wanted to forget about that. He wanted to forget. He wanted to stop thinking about it. He wanted to no longer have any memory about it, about what happened. He wanted to delete, to erase Emma and everything she did from his memory and mind. Ok? Vamos para o último momento. Eu vou dar uma breve pausa aqui de 5 minutos. Nós vamos para o último momento, que é o speaking time, tá? Que é quando a gente faz o áudio que destrava o speaking e melhora a pronúncia. É o último momento de um capítulo semanal. É a última parte de um capítulo semanal, tá? Eu vou dar uma pausazinha de 5 minutos, bem breve, bem rápido. Tomar uma água e ir ao banheiro aqui. E 5 minutos eu continuo. Esse speaking time dura mais ou menos meia hora. Então, eu volto 3h20, volto 3h25 e a gente vai até as 4 e encerra. Beleza? Enquanto isso, repito. Quero aproveitar a promoção Relâmpago para assinar o Clube dos 5% Fluentes. Assinatura mensal anual, 7 dias de garantia, cancele a qualquer momento que você quiser. Oferta Relâmpago para entrar com os mesmos 25% de desconto da semana inicial de lançamento. Você tem que pular para dentro até 15 minutos depois que eu terminar a live, até 4h15, tá? Se você não quiser ou não puder esperar, aqui no chat do YouTube tá fixado o link para você fazer a tua assinatura com o preço promocional. Beleza? Então, deixa eu ir aqui ao banheiro tomar uma água rapidinho. 10 minutinhos eu retomo. 10 minutinhos eu retomo. Eu fiz essa cara que eu acabei de ver que o Djokovic perdeu. 10 minutos eu retomo e a gente vai aí até umas 4 horas com o Speaking Time. Beleza? Já volto. Uhum. Let's go. Let us go. The last part. So, as always, this is the last part, speaking time, and it's when I'm gonna ask you questions where you have to answer. Lembra que eu sempre expliquei, importante você responder qualquer coisa, mesmo você não saiba, chuta alguma coisa, mas condicione o seu cérebro a ouvir alguma pergunta em inglês e responder prontamente em inglês. Esse é o foco inicial, é mais importante. É a base da fluência, pensar e responder prontamente em inglês. Segundo, aqui, durante várias vezes, eu vou te chamar para repetir. Eu vou te chamar para falar, participar, ok? Seja respondendo, seja repetindo. E aí, vamos então dar uma revisada no, seja lá em qual capítulo que você esteja, qual é o processo de estudo dentro do Clube dos 5% Fluentes, o modelo de estudo. Então, a visão é um programa simples, prático e divertido para aprender inglês sem estudar. Ciclos semanais, 7 dias de aprendizado. As aulas são liberadas toda sexta, 17 horas, mas isso não significa que você tem que começar o seu ciclo na sexta. Você pode começar sábado, domingo, segunda-feira. A ideia é que você estude em ciclos semanais e vão sempre ser gatilhados pelo capítulo novo daquela semana, aprendendo inglês sem estudar através de histórias. 2 pilares do modelo de estudos do Clube dos 5% Fluentes: compreensão e saturação. Todo capítulo semanal, toda semana tem um capítulo novo, todo capítulo sempre vai ter um PDF, um slide, algumas lessons, que são as videoaulas, alguns áudios. O número de lessons e videoaulas varia, depende do... O número de lessons e videoaulas varia e depende do capítulo trabalhado naquela semana, ok? Então, aqui, a plataforma, inclusive, que vai ser melhorada, né? A gente vai ter uma plataforma nova estreando até o final de abril. Aqui tem os 3 capítulos que já estão liberados até então, ok? No momento em que eu gravo este vídeo sobre o modelo de estudo dentro do clube. Vou pegar essa última aula aqui do dia 6 de abril, que foi o capítulo 3. Não. Aqui, ó. Toda semana tem um capítulo novo. Todo capítulo sempre vai ter um PDF, um slide, algumas videoaulas, alguns áudios. A primeira videoaula sempre vai ser chamada The Story. Sempre vai ser a narração do capítulo da semana. Ponto. O último vídeo sempre vai chamar Speaking Time. Tudo que tiver no meio, entre a história e o Speaking Time, é explicação do capítulo. Então, são 3 partes. Toda semana tem um capítulo novo. Todo capítulo tem um PDF, um slide, algumas videoaulas e alguns áudios, sendo que sempre tem esta mesma estrutura de 3 partes. Parte 1, a narração da história. A última parte, que é a parte 3, o Speaking Time, que é onde a gente está aqui agora. E tudo que está no meio é Explanation, tá? Como que você estuda? Pilar compreensão. Você vai assistir a essas videoaulas chamadas The Explanation, tá? Que estão no meio, depois da narração da história. Você vai assistir essas videoaulas, ler o PDF e o slide o mínimo de vezes necessária para você compreender. Aqui só tem um objetivo: compreensão. Ponto. Se isso aconteceu, por exemplo, enquanto você assistia às videoaulas e leu o PDF e o slide junto comigo na videoaula e já compreendeu, acabou. Pilar compreensão está feito. Ok? Ou se você compreendeu quase tudo, mas aqui, ó, nessa aulinha específica, na explanation de underdogs, por exemplo, você precisa assistir de novo. Você vai assistir só ela. Ok? Então aqui é o mínimo de vezes necessário, podendo ser só uma vez que você faz junto comigo, assistindo as videoaulas, focado em uma coisa só: compreender. Ponto. Compreendeu, acabou. Pilar 2 da saturação. A última parte, que é a terceira parte de toda semana, sempre vai ser o Speaking Time, que é onde a gente está aqui agora, e sempre vai se chamar, o áudio dela sempre vai se chamar The Final Audio. Esse aqui é o que você vai usar para o teu processo semanal de aprendizado. Você vai pegar esse áudio, vai baixar ele no teu celular e vai ouvir ele o máximo de vezes que você conseguir. Sempre interagindo, respondendo as perguntas, repetindo aquilo que eu chamo você para repetir. Let's go, let's go. E uma vez na semana, um dos dias do teu ciclo semanal de estudo, você vai fazer a transcrição. Você vai pegar o computador, ou o tablet, ou o celular, ou um caderno e uma caneta, vai dar o play no áudio e vai tentar transcrevê-lo. Ponto. Se você quiser, naquele dia o seu estudo vai ser só isso, mais nada. E num outro dia da semana, você vai brincar de ator, brincar de imitar o Felipe com a entonação, com o gesto. Dentro do áudio do Speaking Time, você vai ouvindo e brincando de imitar o body language, a postura, o gesto, a emoção, a entonação. Chama brincar de ator, tá? E se precisar, se isso, por exemplo, demorar 30, 40, 50 minutos, que aquele estudo seu daquele dia da semana seja só isso também. Acabou. É só isso que eu tenho que fazer. Só isso. O restante, você só vai ouvir esse áudio, The Final Audio, o máximo de vezes que você conseguir. E é assim que você vai obter 1 mês de progresso a cada ciclo semanal completado. Se você tem, ou em alguma semana, ou em algum momento da sua vida, acontecer de você ter tempo sobrando e você quiser ir mais rápido, após ter completado o 1 e o 2, você vai fazer o quê? Você vai saturar, o que significa ouvir mais vezes o restante dos áudios da semana, que são os chamados explanation audios, que são os áudios que vão estar em todos, aliás, aproveitando, os arquivos estão sempre nessa pastinha aqui, tá? Ó. Aqui está o slide, o PDF e o áudio. Se eu tiver mais tempo, eu vou saturar, ouvir mais vezes os explanation audios, os áudios que estão aqui nas pastinhas de arquivo das outras aulas que vêm logo depois da primeira, que é a narração da história. Fechou? E pronto, acabou o teu estudo semanal. Então, beleza, vamos agora.
Assista aulas de bateria sem Wi-Fi e toque sem interrupções. Teste YouTube Premium grátis.
Começar efetivamente o speaking time. Se eu te chamar para responder, responde. Qualquer coisa, mas cria o condicionamento. Ouvir e responder automaticamente, prontamente em inglês. Esse é o mais importante. É a primeira base da fluência. Número 2, te chamei para repetir. Repete com gesto, não só com a frase. Repete com gesto e com entonação. Beleza? 3, 2, 1, go! They had met in the first semester when they were still freshmen. And they hit it off right from the very first class. It was love at first sight. Let's start by asking some questions about this. First of all, who met in the first semester of when they were still freshmen? Who? Felipe and Jessica. Who? Mark and Emma. Mark and Emma. Okay? Next question. What happened to Mark and Emma when they were in the first semester, when they were freshmen? What happened to them? Did they graduate? Did they move to another city? Did they buy or get a new car, a new computer? They became famous. What happened to Mark and Emma in the first semester? They met. They met. They talked for the first time. They saw each other for the first time. They got together for the first time. And that brings us to the next question. When did they meet? When did they speak for the first time? When did they talk for the first time? When did they get together for the first time in their lives? When? In the first semester of college or university. It's the same. College is the same as university in English. Okay? The correct question would have been first semester of college or high school. Because college is university in English. Okay? In the first semester of college. And how do they call you, or how do they call people who are attending the first year of college or high school? Freshman. And then you become a sophomore, second year, a junior, third year, and a senior in your fourth and last year. Okay? And how long did it take for them to create a strong and deep connection? How many times did it take for them to fall in love? Once. Just one encounter, one conversation, and a deep, strong, instant connection was created, formed between them. They hit it off. Hit it off. Hit it off. Hit it off. It was love at first sight. It was love at first sight. All it took, all that was necessary for Mark was to see and talk to Emma once. And he was already completely in love with her, and she was already completely in love with him. So, to create, let's fazer como se fosse teste. We have freshmen, hit it off, love at first sight, and to fall in love with someone head over feet. Okay? Which one means to create an instant and deep connection when it's so nice and interesting to talk to that person that if you could, you would continue there for hours and hours. You don't want to leave. You don't want to go away. It's so good, so amazing talking to that person, that probably because you share similar values and principles and opinions, that you just, or if you could, you would talk to that person for hours and hours. Which phrasal verb is this? To hit it off. To hit it off. To hit it off. Okay? Which one talks about becoming completely in love and passionate about someone in a way that you feel like you have found, encountered, located, discovered the partner of your life that you have always dreamed, that matches, that completes you perfectly, and you think about that person all the time, and you want to do everything with that person, And that person is everything you have always dreamed, you have always looked for. To fall head over feet. When somebody falls head over feet, it's exactly what I have just described. Okay? To fall completely in love with someone. And you want to do everything together, whether it's studying, exercising, hanging out, going to the park, to the beach, to the club, to the swimming pool, to a Starbucks, to the movies, whether it's chilling out, relaxing completely, when you protect yourself in a way that you are not going to permit, you are not going to let, to allow, to authorize anything that wants to irritate you, to upset you, okay? To relax completely, whatever it is. When somebody falls head over feet, they think about the person, they want to be with that person all the time because they have found the person of their dreams. Okay? Which one talks about somebody who is attending their first year in high school or college? Freshman. And which one talks about to fall in love with someone the very first time you see that person? Love at first sight. Okay? So, they had met in the first semester when they were still freshmen. Repeat. They had met in the first semester when they were still freshmen, and they hit it off right from the very first class. And they hit it off right from the very first class. It was love at first sight. It was love at first sight. It was love at first sight. Love at first sight. Okay? They both fell head over feet. They both fell head over feet. Falling completely in love with one another. Falling completely in love with one another. Falling completely in love with one another. The young couple used to do everything together. The young couple used to do everything together. The young couple used to do everything together. This is like an explanation of what was said before. So, they had met in the first semester when they were still freshmen, and they hit it off right from the very first class. It was love at first sight. They both fell head over feet, falling. Amor. They both fell head over feet, falling completely in love with one another. And then he's going to explain. So the intonation changes, the emotion changes. The young couple used to do everything together. The young couple used to do everything together. Repeat. The young couple used to do everything together. The young couple used to do everything together. Studying, exercising, hanging out, chilling out. They were inseparable. Okay? You cannot say something like this without intonation, because this is not normal. The young couple used to do everything together. Studying, exercising, hanging out, chilling out. They were inseparable. And then something opposite, contradictory, completely opposite to everything that was said happens. She dumps him. So you have to change your intonation here. The young couple used to do everything together, studying, exercising, hanging out, chilling out. They were inseparable. Until she dumped him. Until she dumped him. Until she dumped him. Yes. Just a month away. This is surprising. It's not normal. It's a little bit crazy. So you have to bring all that into your pronunciation. Just a month away, just 1 month away from graduating top of his class, Mark received devastating news. Yes. What was it? They had just, this is, the next sentence is like, can you believe this? Check this out. Listen to what happened. They had just finished having dinner one night when Emma took her engagement ring off. When Emma took her engagement ring off. When Emma took her engagement ring off. Put it on the table. Put it on the table. Put it on the table. And told him she didn't want to marry him anymore. Woo. Having been taken completely off guard with his pants down, Mark decided to ask her why she was breaking up with him. Wait a minute. What is happening? Where did that come from? After all, question, was he expecting for this? No. Did he see it coming? No. Did he have any idea that in that night he could receive such a bad news like this? No, he never saw it coming. He had no idea. He was taken, or he was caught completely off guard with his pants down. Again, he was taken, he was caught off guard, 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 completely by surprise, with his pants down. He never expected this. Okay? And he decided to ask her why she was breaking up. She told him she couldn't cope with his unstable mood and his lack of concentration, always daydreaming and forgetting things and appointments. Wow. So her answer to him was, I don't have the ability, I don't have the emotional structure, I don't have the maturity that is necessary to understand, to accept, and to administrate your emotional instability and your absence, your lack of concentration. Always disconnecting from the present, from what is happening around you, from our conversations. And then you disconnect, your mind goes, drifts away, zooms out, spaces out to another place. And maybe sometimes you start daydreaming because you are not interested in what I am talking to you. And I just can't have
Assista aulas
this
de bateria
anymore.
sem Wi-Fi e toque sem
I'm
interrupções.
through with this.
Teste YouTube Premium grátis.
It's over for me. I can't deal with this anymore. I can't endure, suportar isso anymore. She failed to understand and accept and administrate the challenge of living with a borderline and an ADD. And she also couldn't understand and accept the number of times he would forget his cell phone, his cards, his wallet, his computer, his appointments with the doctor, with the dietitian, with the psychologist, with the psychiatrist. Okay? And then she said, let's practice pronunciation here. 3, 2, 1, and it's like you're never there. Never listening, never paying attention. It just seems you don't care. I never know what you're really thinking or planning. I feel like I'm always out of your world. That's what she told him. Again, it's like you're never there, never listening, never paying attention. It just seems that you don't care. I never know what you're really thinking or planning. I never know what you're really thinking or planning. I never know what you're really thinking or planning. I'm always in the dark with you. I feel like I'm always out of your world. I feel like I'm always out of your world. I feel like I'm always out of your world. She told him. Mark was devastated with his world upside down. Mark was devastated with his world upside down. Especially when he found out she had been sleeping with one of his classmates. Especially when he discovered, when he figured out, when he learned, when he received the information that she had been sleeping with one of his classmates. Let's go. He had truly believed they would marry, have children, spend the rest of their lives together. By her side, he would build the strong marriage his parents never had. And they would love and respect their children as he had never been. Lembra do play actor. Intonation, gestures, body language. But once again, rejection and abandonment knocked his door. The resident felt useless and hopeless. He felt like he had no use, no value. He felt like if he disappeared, it would make no difference. He was not necessary. He was not loved. He was not needed or wanted. He was not productive, effective. If he vanished, if he disappeared, there would be no difference. He felt useless, and he lost his confidence in having a successful romantic relationship. He became pessimistic, discouraged about love. He lost his hope, his confidence. He stopped believing in a successful romantic relationship. He felt hopeless. But, aqui vira, ó. But, interestingly enough, instead of going under the blues, becoming depressed, sad, Mark was actually fired up, excited, encouraged, motivated. He became full of energy by and with the breaking up, the ending of the relationship. Fired up, ready to go, energized. How is it that possible? Because of his mindset. He said, this is not going to destroy me. What happened and what Emma did to me, I'm not going to let, I'm not going to allow, I'm not going to permit what she did to me to destroy me. I'll overcome this. I'll get over it. And I'll become better, stronger. Play actor. Gesture, body language, intonation, emotion. So, he decided to do something brave and very risky. He decided to do something that was going to require a lot of courage because the risk was very high. He would graduate, get his bachelor's degree, and then he would move to London, where he would channel, direct, redirect, organize, and focus every single bite of energy he had into one and only one objective. And that was to become the best doctor in the history of England. And that's exactly what Mark did. He deleted, he erased, he shut his heart down to love. He said, I want no conversation, no flirt with romantic relationships and love and women. Out of my life. And he dived. He went all in his professional career. Because after all, building that clinic of his dreams and making sure he would definitely not fall in love was the best strategy, the best way to forget, to stop thinking about, to delete, to erase every suffering and all the suffering he had been through, he had experienced. Wow. Woo. Yes. Woo. Pessoal, com isso, nós encerramos a transmissão ao vivo do capítulo 4 da história. Se você quer ter acesso a todo este capítulo, todo o material de estudos, PDF, slides, áudios, ao restante completo da história, com os mesmos 25% de desconto de quem entrou no lançamento na primeira semana, a partir de agora, 4 e 9 do dia 3 de abril, você tem 15 minutos para clicar no link que está fixado no chat do YouTube e fazer a sua assinatura mensal ou anual. Encerro relembrando, é um programa de assinatura que você pode cancelar a qualquer momento que você quiser, sem multa, sem fidelização, sem assédios morais, encheção de saco. 7 dias de garantia ao Clube dos 5% Fluentes, onde você aprende sem estudar, num modelo de estudos que é simples, prático e divertido. E aprende com histórias, ok? Assinatura mensal ou anual. A minha esposa falou um negócio ali, eu perdi meu raciocínio. Ciclos semanais de estudo, um capítulo novo por semana, que de forma prática, simples e divertida te dão um mês, o equivalente a um mês de progresso. Lembrei, é uma assinatura mensal anual que você cancela a qualquer momento que você quiser, 7 dias de garantia. Porém, entretanto, contudo, todavia, a oferta relâmpago de entrar com os 25% de desconto termina em 15 minutos contados a partir de agora. Então você tem até 4h25 para clicar neste link que está aqui e assinar mensal ou anual. Fechou? Deus abençoe. See you. Bye.